Welcome back to That's a Touchdown. I'm going to be going over my Week 14 review and the playoff picture coming out of Week 14. Starting out with the Rams and Cardinals game. That game was a pretty good game overall. I thought Cardinals were going to make a comeback at the end. Got the onside. Last play of the game, Kyler just slips on the turf, falls. And that's that. Rams win 30-23. Kind of surprised Rams won that. On the Falcons and Panthers. Falcons played a pretty good game. 29-21. Cam Newton, 178 yards. 47 rushing yards and a touchdown. Not really surprised. Ravens and Browns, another good one. Lamar got hurt in, I think it was the second quarter. Ravens got that onside. But Browns pull off the win. They're 24-22. Cowboys and football team. Football team making it interesting at the end. Overall, weren't able to get the win though. Cowboys win 27-20. Nothing really to talk about the Titans and Jaguars. I think almost everybody knew that the Titans were going to come out and win this one. Derrick Henry might come back early. Apparently he's supposed to be back for the playoffs, maybe even earlier than that. So Titans are definitely looking forward to that. Raiders and Chiefs. Chiefs are looking very, very good. Defense looking good. Offense looking good. Saints and Jets. Blowout win by the Saints. Not really surprised about that one. Taysom Hill, an okay game, 175 yards. Alvin Kamara, a good game, 120 for a touchdown. Seahawks and Texans. I thought the Texans were going to be fighting for the win, but after halftime, Seattle just took off. Really, after the third quarter, Seattle just took off, and that was that. Seattle wins 33-13. Russell Wilson, 260, 2 touchdowns. Rashad Penny, 137 for 2 touchdowns. And Tyler Lockett, 142 for 1 touchdown. Mills with a heck of a game, though. 331 yards and a touchdown. Broncos beat the Lions. Another blowout win. Broncos looked really good. Teddy Bridgewater, 179 for 2 touchdowns. Melvin Gordon, 111 yards for 2 touchdowns. And Noah Fant, 51 yards. Giants-Chargers. Chargers win 37-21. Giants got that onside kick at the end to try to maybe make a comeback. Ended up not working out for them. Justin Herbert, 275 and 3 touchdowns. A really good game by him. Austin Eckler, 67 yards and 1 touchdown. Guyton, 87 yards for 1 touchdown. This, arguably, the game of the week. Bills and Bucks. Bucks pull away. But second half Bills looked really good. 24 points. I turned this game off after halftime because I thought it was just going to be a blowout. Turned it back on when I saw the Bills were making the comeback. Watched overtime, and Buccaneers ended up winning. Buccaneers looking really good, getting closer to the playoffs. 33-27. Tom Brady, 363 and 2 touchdowns. Leonard Fournette, 113 and a touchdown. Chris Godwin, 105 yards. Josh Allen looked really good, though. I mean, he had 308 yards passing and then another 109 yards rushing. 3 touchdowns for him overall. This was probably the best game of the week, though. 49ers and Bengals. 49ers get the win in OT. Bengals go down and kick a field goal. 49ers go down and score a touchdown to win the game 26-23. Jimmy Garoppolo, 296 and 2 touchdowns. George Kittle with 151 and a touchdown. Joe Burrow had a heck of a game, though. 348 for 2 touchdowns. On the Sunday Night Football, I thought the Bears were going to have a chance at it. Aaron Rodgers, great second half by him. They go out, win 45-30. Aaron Rodgers, though, 341 and 4 touchdowns. Devontae Adams, 121 for 2 touchdowns. And on to the game. I was sweating at the end of this. Vikings up 29-0. Steelers trying to make biggest comeback NFL regular season history. Almost pull it off. Vikings able to get it at the end. Harrison Smith knocks it out. Vikings win 38-26. Ben Roethlisberger with the heck of a game. 308 and 3 touchdowns. Najee Harris 94 for 1 touchdown. Chase Claypool, who may have sold the game for them, chose to celebrate and wasted some time. Kirk Cousins 216, 2 touchdowns. Dalvin Cook with a heck of a game. 205 yards, 2 touchdowns. Had the fresh legs coming off of an injury. I mean, he was playing through his injury too. KJ Osborne with basically, not necessarily the game-winning or game-sealing, but without that touchdown, would have made it a good game. So we first look at the AFC standings. New England number 1, Tennessee 2, Kansas City 3, all 9-4 teams. New England has a tiebreaker because they're 7-1 in their conference. Baltimore 8-5, going up on Green Bay. LA Chargers 8-5, Indianapolis 7-6, Buffalo 7-6. So that's the 7 teams in the playoffs, and then Cleveland, Cincinnati, and Denver all 7-6. The Cincinnati-Denver game is going to be a heck of a game because one of them will go up, one of them will go down. And Denver could be a dark horse team trying to just make the playoffs. Pittsburgh 6-1. Las Vegas 6-7. Miami 6-7. So really, all these teams can still make the playoffs. It's going to be tough for them, but it's really anybody's game in the AFC right now. And then New York Jets, Houston Texans, and Jacksonville Jaguars are all eliminated. And really, Texans and Jaguars, they play, could be just the worst game of the year. Oh my gosh, I don't think anybody's going to watch that game. 2-11 teams going at it. I mean, New England, Colts, that's going to be a good game. New England trying to keep that number 1 seed. Colts trying to stay in the playoffs. Kansas City at LA, big division game there. If LA does win, they will have the tiebreaker 1 against Kansas City, and they will be the division leader. Baltimore at Green Bay, big game for both teams trying to stay in that number 1 seed. But now on to the NFC. So with that Arizona loss, Green Bay wins the tiebreaker, 8-2 in the conference. They have the number 1 seed. Tampa Bay and Arizona both 10-3, the 2-3 seeds. Dallas 9-4, so they have the 4 seed. And then the wild cards, LA Ram 9-4. Those 5 teams though are pretty much in the playoffs unless one of them just start to play like really bad. And this is where it gets interesting. 7-6 San Francisco, 6-7 Washington football team. Vikings, Philadelphia, Atlanta, and New Orleans all 6-7. Carolina 5-8, Seattle 5-8, Giants 4-9, Chicago 4-9. So really, anybody I say from 6th seed to the 13th, all of a chance. I don't think the Giants and the Bears will make it, but Seattle, they could be the NFC's dark horse team. they have to win out and hope that teams like Washington, Minnesota, Philadelphia all start losing. LA Rams, Seattle, that's going to be a big game. That's going to try to help Seattle stay in the playoff hunt. LA Rams trying to keep their big lead over the 6 and 7 seeds. San Francisco and Atlanta. That's going to be a big game because if Atlanta finds a way to win that, both teams will be 7 and 7. Could knock San Francisco out. Could put Atlanta in, but I don't think so because San Francisco would win the tiebreaker there. Big divisional game though. Washington and Philadelphia. Both 6 and 7 teams, so one will fall behind. Game Minnesota and the Bears. That game is going to be good because that's going to try to keep Chicago in the playoff hunt. That's going to try to give Minnesota that last playoff spot. A good game, though, that I would want to see in the playoffs again are the Buccaneers and football team. I mean, football team almost beat them last year in the wild card. Beat them this year. That would be a heck of a game to watch. San Francisco and Arizona would be a good game because that would be divisional. Rams and Cowboys could be entertaining. Chargers and Ravens could be entertaining. Colts and Chiefs. And then the Bills and Titans. Thanks for watching. See ya.